Okay, let's pull it back together. Does anyone have any observations from these two that they would like to share, or did you learn something about yourself or your students? Okay. Yes, we have very similar conversations. Do you have how many of you guys see this in some of your kids in your classroom? Hannah? Yeah. Awesome. Anyone else? Okay. So you have a lot of word smart kids in there? Anyone else? You know, that is a great point. Is this something I can fix, or do you just want me to listen to you? To a word smart kid, that's awesome. Yes. So a word smart person is trying to figure something out as they're talking. They don't always want to be fixed. You know, it's interesting, a word smart kid, those of you who know Bethlehem in the younger grades, she's talking and having drama with her dolls all the time. But she doesn't want us to watch it. She doesn't want us to interfere. But she's even producing conversation among her dolls, and they fight and they solve their problems and they do all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's interesting how she processes. You would never see Alma do that, though, okay? And it's all good. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next two, Picture Smart and Music Smart, and again, we're going to discuss it. This is Hattie and Kate. Hattie's in 5th and Kate's in 6th. They do think with pictures. This is one of their top strengths for both of them. They need the freedom to draw and doodle. Their papers are going to be doodled. They think visually in books. They're going to look at the diagrams, the pictures, the maps, the charts, the illustrations. I think it's interesting when I am teaching Kate and Jude, who are both taking algebra this year, and I know that Erica Miller has them. And Jude, I can tell him, I can lead him through the conversation, or Glenn's better at than me. With Kate, I have to show her. I cannot just tell her about how to solve an equation or do something. I have to remember she needs an illustration, she needs it in writing. If I don't show her, she's not going to get it. She really thinks in pictures, and that's just a simple thing to know with some kids. They need that additional picture in order to learn. Kate remembers better what she sees. My problem with Kate and Hattie is they would spend all day at home illustrating. So for those of you who do the illustration projects, which are awesome for picture smart kids, they have to be limited because they're going to do that. They'll illustrate before they write. They'll illustrate before they do anything, and they'll spend all their time on that part. And I'm always having to control that time because they love the illustrating, and it's really fun to see. Picture smart kids also get a visual of your facial expression. They see disappointment. They see a discouragement in you. Kate will look at her mom before she jumps into the pool on the blocks or before she serves at volleyball. And I'm always telling Erin, keep a Keep a smile on your face, because if she sees disappointment, she freezes. So for the picture smart kids, your facial expressions really, really matter, because if they have made a mistake and done something wrong, they may not even give you eye contact during difficult discussions because they don't want to see disappointment on your face, okay? Relating to these kids, important is to know that even if you are frustrated or angry or disappointed, that you maintain a pleasant look on your face, because that's going to shut them down. Spiritually speaking, picture smart kids love the fact that they're made in God's image and that He's the source of their creativity, and they see truth in the paintings and stained glass and jewelry in art. They love the descriptive passages, and you can ask them, what do you see when you read that passage? What are you seeing in this? Character-wise, in terms of discipleship, teachers, they need to guard their eyes, and they need to not judge people based on appearance, because they're easily going to put their trust in something that looks right. So that's your picture smart kid. Everything is visual, okay? Music smart kids. Those of you who saw a couple of my grandkids, or 4 of them, Irish dance, we got a few music smart kids in our family, and they love dance, and they love music. That's Greta, Troy's oldest daughter. In our family, we have music smart people and not. And some of the music smart people drive the not music smart people crazy because they're always noisy. Drives Glenn crazy because Peter will burst out into song, and so will Hattie when they're excited. Song and whistling and tapping and noise. It is always going on with music smart people. They like to tap their fingers and feet to music. They like to shake, rattle, and roll to songs. They like to hum, whistle what's going on in their heads. Your word smart and music smart people often have a gift to learn your tonal foreign languages. They're going to learn Spanish easily. Latin comes easy to Hattie. Hattie likes to have headphones on and listening to classical music as she studies, but I have to remind her that her attention could easily be diverted to the music too. But music does help her actually stay on task. And I think it's important when you see these music smart skills, and I love the fact that we have band and choir and music here as an offering. Kids need those opportunities to develop those skills, particularly those that have a music smart as one of the top 4. It's interesting to watch it play out in even practical life. Couple of my grandkids swim, and Hattie and Kate, Kate's going to have a problem with the timing of breathing because she's not necessarily music smart. Hattie has no trouble with the rhythm because the rhythm of the breathing comes easy to her. So they're going to learn differently, and they're going to process information differently based on their strengths, okay? So let's talk now about picture smart, music smart kids, and whether that's you or your kids and what you can do in the classroom with regard to these 2 smarts.